I'm Josh.
And I'm Sarah.
And we are the Hiking Fools. Thanks for joining us. Today, we are talking about biking the Sun Road in spring. Now, Sarah, we met working in the park 20 years ago, 2005, and you worked there the summer before. So we've got some good experience, especially on the west side of the park.
We worked at Lake McDonald Lodge.
That's right. We wore polo shirts and sold trinkets, as we like to say. But we did a lot of hiking, and we moved back here 16 years ago. We got married in the Midwest, and I think that makes us locals. You don't have to worry about us coming in and ruining the culture of Montana because we were here 16 years ago. That's local. Anyways, we've been spending all of that time in the park. Every weekend, all the time, every season. Did you know Glacier Park is open year-round?
Oh, yeah.
It's not well known. People think summertime, it's too busy, I don't want to go in there, too many people. Hey, the shoulder season and the winter season are wonderful times to visit the park, and that's what we're in right now, and that's what we're talking about today, biking the Sun Road in the spring. What is so great about biking the Sun Road in the spring?
First of all, how do you even get in there?
Yeah, well, you've got
What are the steps you have to take?
Good point, Sarah. I'm excited, and I just want to get to it, but you do need a park pass and often a Glacier entry ticket, but not yet, right?
Nope, not yet.
Yeah, June 12th this year is when you have to start having an entry ticket, vehicle entry ticket. You can beat that system or at least work within it. You've got to do it starting in the summer, midsummer, and that's when the road usually opens, right? Mid-June, late June?
Usually around that time. We've had a few late years, but generally speaking, mid-June.
Yep, absolutely. You know, the latest that it's ever opened is July 13th, and that happened 3 times. 2011, 2020, 2022, something like that.
We live in the mountains, snow.
Hey, things change, and it's seasonal, but it takes a little bit to get in there. We like to go when the road opens to Avalanche, right? Avalanche Creek, Avalanche Lake, a popular hike. But when the road opens that far, then you're getting right into the good stuff right away.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't open, and we're stuck at Lake McDonald Lodge, and
hey, you just got to bike an extra 5-6 miles to get where you're going, and that's okay, too.
Yep, it's all beautiful.
This is not for the faint of heart. But Avalanche is a busy area, and but the thing is, in May and Mother's Day weekend is kind of our tradition, right? How many years have we done this?
Probably 16 years.
That's right.
Plus or minus 1 or 2 years.
That's right. Yes, Mother's Day is a great time to do it. It's busy, so you've got to get there early to find parking at Avalanche. But we've got a few little tips and tricks for you.
Arriving early, or we can be the late guys.
Early or late works, which means everybody. Early is what everybody tries to do, but we get the old late start. That kind of suits us. Because we've got kids, and we'll talk more about what to do with a family in Glacier Park. But the advantage of the old late start is you're kind of rolling in. This last time we rolled in close to noon, and people were already coming out with their bikes. They must have gotten there at 6 a.m., and they probably felt good about themselves, coming out and having lunch after they're done, and we're just rolling in. But hey, it was getting warmer and sunnier at that time, so you can either get an early start or go in later. It works for everybody.
Yes, and what's nice is the Park Service, they anticipate all this heavy traffic, and so it's not just the picnic area around Avalanche where you can find parking for your bikes or cars and all that stuff, but the campground, that's open. That's great.
We tried that first this year, right? And we got something right away. So you get to Avalanche, and you can go left or right. There's restrooms and picnic tables off to the left, and it's a parking area. You get close to Avalanche, or you get close to McDonald Creek. But you can go right into the campground. It's not open yet. So there's all kinds of parking, but people are rushing to do it. You've got people signaling, dirty looks sometimes, but it's, people are there to bike and we're all there to have fun. So a lot of times people are understanding.
So why would we even do this? Is it freedom, full immersion in sights, smells, sounds, with no distractions or obstructions?
That's absolutely true. It's totally different than driving the Going to the Sun Road, which is a fantastic experience in itself. But when you've got nothing above you and around you, and it's just mountain peaks and sunshine and the trees, and you can smell everything, the smells, you love that.
Oh, yeah. And we're spotting scat on the side of the road.
There's scat, big bear piles right on the road. You got to avoid those. But let's talk a little bit about what this takes, because it is kind of a monumental effort. I mean, this is like a winding, weaving ribbon up to the towering cliffs of Glacier, and it's no small effort. I mean, you've got to be up for the task.
Yes, water, bring water. There are places to filter water, but bring plenty just in case. We have had drier years, I guess.
Yeah.
Where it's harder. Bear spray. Always have your bear spray. Have it right on the outside of your pack, on your handlebars, ready for action, because they're moving.
They are, in spring especially, spring and fall in Glacier. And yes, I always stuff it somewhere, and Sarah says, pull that out. What good is it if you can't get it out in time? And she's right. So when you start out from Avalanche, it is actually 16 miles to Logan Pass. If you can get there. In the spring, it's usually you can't. I mean, they're still plowing the road. There's 20, 25 feet of snow. That's not an exaggeration.
There's usually a week of opportunity where you can get all the way to Logan Pass before they open it to vehicle traffic. But you have to pay attention. It's a little bit of strategic.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. There's a large window to do this, but there's a small window to make it all the way. And let's explain that a little bit. When the road opens to biker and hiker access, the road closes at Avalanche to vehicle traffic, so it's wide lanes. You can go wherever you want. You don't have to worry about traffic. But you can't always get to the top because of snow or weather conditions or hard avalanche closures.
And it also determines, are we going on the weekend or are we going on the weekday? Because we got plow crew up there working. They're doing what they need to do right now, plowing the snow off, getting the ice off, getting things melted. They have to put on guardrails. So during the weekday is when they're working. So your avalanche closure is going to be lower down the mountain.
Right. So like you said, there's about a week's time, maybe 2 weeks, where the road is closed to vehicle traffic, but you can still bike all the way up the road. And of course, summertime is a great time to bike the road too. You can do it all the time, but there's traffic and there's certain hours and restrictions that you need to pay attention to. But about the effort, Avalanche, Lake McDonald area is at about 3,000 feet, 3,300 feet. Logan Pass, 6,646. Is that right?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
All right. Well, it is exact, my dear. But the elevation changes over 3,000 feet if you do the whole thing. And this is over 16 miles. So it's a monumental effort. There's 6% grade, and this is not for the weak.
And usually from Avalanche, about 4 to 5 miles up, it's relatively flat.
Yeah.
So you can break it down. Go, as far as Red Rocks, which is a beautiful spot. When you're driving the road, it's a parking area. You can get out. There's a little bit of boardwalk. You can see the beautiful falls.
Yeah.
On McDonald Creek, you have a chance to see Harlequin ducks, which come in the springtime. It's a beautiful spot. You don't have to go all the way up to, let's say, the Loop or the West Side Tunnel, which is further up.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's good. You can go as far as you want, and especially with families. We've got young children, 13 and 5, a pair of boys that we love to adventure with, and Glacier's absolutely accessible for families. But we've gone through the seasons, right? I mean, the first time we did it, we started, and the bike trailer is a wonderful thing because when there's crying and whining, you just put them in there with snacks, and everything goes well.
They eat their way up the mountain. And it slows you down, who's usually
right.
pulling the trailer, and I'm huffing and puffing.
That's right. Who's ever in?
But I'm having fun. It's lovely.
Yeah. It's an added effort, but worth it because then you can take them with you and enjoy it as a family. And then they get a little bit older and they can bike some, and they refuse to sit in the trailer, but they can't bike the whole way. So like Sarah said, you can go a couple miles and turn around or stop for a picnic or check out some of the side features, Sacred Waters or Sacred Dancing Cascade.
Yes, and we've got wildflowers. We've got the early flowers of Trillium. We got glacier lilies.
Oh, the best. Yeah, glacier lilies, unbelievable. And you can eat those, right?
You can, but don't do it because you're in a national park.
That's right. I'm sorry. Yes, we were talking about Glacier National Park. Leave no trace, and that applies to everything.
Pack in, pack out.
She keeps me handled, folks. Now, the bike matters. When you're biking the road, a mountain bike is not particularly appropriate for this. A road bike makes the most sense. You rode your Bumblebee, we call it. It's a yellow, nice little road bike. And how did that feel?
Oh, nice and light. And I think the lighter the better. It's challenging for
Absolutely.
sure. I mean, we've definitely done it in mountain bikes, and it's doable. You can do it. You got to be in good shape, but road bikes are where it's at.
Yeah, you'll cruise. You'll see. You're cruising both up and down a little bit faster than everybody else. And e-bikes, what do you think?
That's a tough one. I feel like they don't even make eye contact with you as they go by you. Because you know they feel bad as we're barely moving because it's so steep going uphill and they just whiz by you. But there's another side to that too, right?
Yes, for sure. You know, my mom is 70 and she wants to bike the road with us, and an e-bike makes sense for her. Yeah, we're talking about those 20-year-olds, you know, half our age that cruise by, and yeah, they kind of look like they're on their phone maybe, and they don't see us, and but it makes you feel proud. I mean,
but what if they just flew here? They don't have a bicycle.
That's true.
You know, they make it available for you to rent e-bikes at various places in the valley.
Yeah.
So
it is good.
I mean, I understand, but it's hard to, as we're struggling and sweating, to have them just go whizzing by us.
That's true. Yeah, and more power to them. You know, if whoever can experience this, biking the Sun Road in any way that they can, we're a fan of it. You know, we encourage it. But it's interesting to see over the years, you know, when they first came out, we had a couple. Next year, there were more. Third year, 20%. You know, this year, I think half or more, at least this time of the year.
Yeah.
Stay with us. We'll be back to talk about more of the experience biking the Sun Road in the spring.
Is there a secret life of trees? Perhaps, but let's talk about what isn't a secret. It's no secret that trees help the environment. They clean our air and water, reduce stress, even improve property values. It's also no secret that trees in your yard need care to thrive, like extra water in the hot summer and pruning by a certified arborist. Learn more about your part in the life of trees from your local forestry department or Montana Urban and Community Forestry Association's web or Facebook page, mucfa.com.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Sarah.
And we are the Hiking Fools. Today we're talking about biking the Sun Road in spring. And we've had a great conversation so far. Hopefully it's been helpful for you. So, Sarah, you mentioned a few things that are pretty particular to this. You know, the black bears, the harlequin ducks, and a couple other forms of wildlife that you might see.
Yeah, well, the bears, it can be any species of bear. We have black bear, we have grizzly bear. On the west side, you know, it's more likely you will see a black bear. It's just more thick forested area. Right. Grizzlies are spotted, definitely, and that's why you have your bear spray. We've got sows with cubs. Always be on high alert. Give them space, plenty of space.
Yeah, it's the time of year where the little ones are following, and that makes it a little more dangerous. But as we mentioned, have your bear spray ready and be respectful. I mean, we're on their turf, you know.
They're not tame. Don't approach them.
We're visitors. We're just visitors in this wonderful place, and we're lucky to see it. So allow some respect to the native wildlife species. We saw a black bear this year.
We did.
I think we've seen a black bear each of the last
I was just going to say that. Yeah.
5-6 years.
Yeah.
And it's been safe. You know, also there's usually a fair amount of people, and so safety in numbers, right?
Yes, exactly. And the harlequin ducks, it's one of my favorites. They're awesome. They come in from the ocean, and they breed in this fast-moving water. Glacier Park has the most dense population of harlequin ducks, and they're here to breed, their nest. You can see their babies later on, but the springtime is when they're moving around feeding, you know, forming a nest. In this fast-moving water. We have about 40 breeding pairs in Glacier Park. They probably were born here in Glacier and went back to the ocean for the winter and said, I'm going back where I started.
Yeah, which people do. I mean, that's the story, right? People come here, see it, experience it, and come back eventually. The harlequin ducks are really cool. You know, I don't know as many details about them, but I know people love them.
So let's get started. We're biking from Avalanche. Our destination is the Loop, at least.
The Loop or further. This year we made it 3 miles past, and it really just does depend on the hard avalanche closure and or where the plows are or where the construction crew is working.
Yes, and this year, 2025, it happens to be 3 miles past the Loop. But right. There's lots to see, like we said before, on your biking, you know, adventure going up the road. We've got stromatolites on your right-hand side of the road, about a mile and a half south of the West Side Tunnel.
And for those of us, you know, that aren't science-y, what's stromatolite?
Well, they're fossils. Fossilized blue-green algae that were here millions of years ago during the time of the Belt Sea. This was all underwater, glacier.
So I guess that's cool.
Fossils are super cool.
Like Sarah said, you start at Avalanche. It's 8 miles to the Loop. There's a lot in between those 2 points that you can see and enjoy. It's 3,300 feet approximately from Avalanche up to Logan Pass, but you don't have to go all the way.
No, and there's plenty of opportunity to stop. We've got waterfalls on either side of the road. As soon as you get closer to the west side tunnel, you got Heaven's Peak on your left side, and that's pretty spectacular.
Oh, that's the photo to take, right? Get in that tunnel, stand right in the middle, and get Heaven's Peak in the background.
Yeah, get wet with the water coming over you.
And you mentioned it before, but take a water filter. You need a lot of water and snacks, of course, keep everybody happy. But that glacial melt coming off, you can't just drink it. I mean, we saw a guy with his head underneath, his mouth open. Don't do that. But you bring a water filter, and it's just the most amazing, fresh, and ice-cold water.
Yeah. You probably could drink it. Do you want to? Is it worth the risk? No. Just bring a filter. Just do it.
Biking the road doesn't come without a little bit of consideration for others. There are rules, there are restrictions in terms of where to start, where to be on the road. The first section between Apgar and Lake McDonald, just don't do it.
Yeah. And there's time limits. Please do not bike between the time of 11 a.m. and 4 p.m.
At least on the main part of the road.
Yes.
And again, we're talking in the spring where the road is closed to traffic, but this is prior to that closure. You just block up traffic. You're supposed to be going 45 miles per hour. It doesn't make sense. Take advantage of the opportunity that is available.
It's very difficult to pass a biker on these windy roads.
So biking the Sun Road in spring is just a perfect mix of crazy and beautiful, kind of like you.
Now remember, the weather can change at any point. So make sure you have a rain jacket, you've got some warm layers. It could be warm, it could be cold, you could have snow, you could have hail, you could have rain. We're in the mountains, after all.
And it changes within a few hours, so you're absolutely right.
Every season in one day.
You can do what you want, but we head into Glacier National Park no matter what. We've adopted a great family slogan, which is always go.
Yes, and you never know what you're going to get. In the valley, you might see clouds hovering in Glacier Park, and you're like, should we go? Should we not go? We have this great plan. Oftentimes we go and things work out. Once in a while, they don't.
Yes, we are. What would you say?
We're stubborn, and we might be miles in on a trail, assuming the rain's going to stop, but it doesn't. Bring rain gear, and it's beautiful no matter what. In fact, the colors just pop in the rain, and the smells, they just immerse. You're immersed in it. It's wonderful.
Yeah, it's true. It's always a different experience, and they've all been good for us. I mean, we've gotten sort of soggy shoes, but no big deal. We are the hiking fools.
We are kind of foolish.
So here we are. Hope that has been helpful. We provide unique and personal access, understanding, and insight that you can't find anywhere else when it comes to Glacier National Park. Tune in next time to hear more about Apgar Lookout, a classic hike in Glacier National Park. We are the hiking fools, encouraging you to always go.